Good. I would be remiss in not saying that, given that I'm both been pressed into service and a newly appointed federal official, that anything that I say today is on my own opinion, is not on behalf of the Department of Defense, the federal government, or anyone else. But it occurred to me, given that the topic of this last mini session, we just have about a half hour, maybe a little bit left to go, and we really want to devote a good chunk of that to you and your questions in the exchange, that this session is about evidence-based violence prevention. And for those of you who live around D.C., I sometimes wonder if those driving in on I-95 from the north or the south might see a sign that said, "Welcome to Washington, D.C., an evidence-free zone." But if that is true, this building and the Keck Center on 5th Street are islands of evidence in an evidence-free zone. And that's really what this final session is about. And we're going to examine the concept of evidence-based violence prevention from two very important perspectives: outside the home and inside the home. And our two presenters are first Andrew Papachristos, who's an associate professor of sociology, public health, and law at Yale, an expert in social analysis and social network analysis, who's used this to examine patterns of gunshot victimization in U.S. cities with a particular focus, like David Kennedy, on street gangs and illegal gun markets. And he'll be followed by Bridget McCall, an internist and medical director of the Family Violence Prevention Program for Kaiser Permanente, Northern California, who is really championing and leading intimate partner violence screening and intervention, not only for Kaiser in Northern California, for all of Kaiser's 8.5 million members. So they are going to give brief opening remarks, and then rather than doing the back and forth, I want to go straight back to you, and I would only ask that those who come to the mic ask a short, concise question or a very pithy, short comment, so as many of you as possible can get your comments in, and then of course we'll have the evening reception for individuals.